2.5 liter stocks. Away. Jeff Bernard, first away from the dock. Chris Pateros driving a 137. Christina Molinaro out on the race course there. Also, we've got Dave Triscoe. He is in the red boat. And here comes Jimmy Libery. Excuse me, check that. Austin Ekert comes down. He comes out of that upper pit area. Now, Austin Ekert is the first one to come across the start-finish line, and every one of these boats must come across start-finish line twice before they can go in and mix it up for a lane for the start. So, first part of our start procedure, cross the start-finish line twice. Austin Ekert has done it once, so has Jeff Bernard, so has the Biscuit, Chris Pateros. Christina Molinaro. She has crossed once, as has Dave Triscoe. Austin Ekert coming down the front straightaway here. He will cross start finish line here for the second time. Austin, you will remember, was running like a rocket, and he got himself inside Jeff Bernard, and they were having a whale of a boat race here earlier in the day when all of a sudden Austin's boat just leaped into the air. He hooked it up in the air, spun to the infield, and he was down. But this boat is very, very quick. And he is right now sitting on the inside. He's crossed start finish line twice. Now keep an eye on Jeff Bernard. See if Bernard doesn't run by him. And Ekert knows he's coming. Ekert knows he's coming, so Ekert started to push the pedal a little bit. I don't think he wanted to let Jeff run by him and then suddenly move to the inside and shut it down. They would still have to kill almost 50 seconds, and that's what he's going to do. It's exactly what he's going to do. It was a whale of a move by Jeff Bernard. They were coming down the front straightaway. He was outside of Austin Ekert, and he blew by him on the outside, got the necessary 5 or 6 boat overlap, and then took a hard left-hand turn, put it into lane 1, and then just shut it down because he cannot cross that buoy halfway up the backstretch. That's our 2-minute buoy. He cannot go past that before 2 minutes, and we are right now 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So they look like they're dead in the water over there, but they are not. They are able to run from where they are. This is a bit of a starting procedure here, and this is not where we score up for our lanes, but the cat and mouse games have begun, and Jeff Bernard pulled a pretty slick move, but it does not put him on the inside yet, as we are just now approaching 5 seconds until they can cross that 2-minute buoy. Now we got some other shenanigans going on up there. Christina Molinaro, she is on the far outside. So it looked like it was a legal score up at the 2-minute buoy. Now we've got another score up point. That is the 1 minute and 10-second mark right here at start finish. Now this is where they can change lanes. They have still not decided their lanes. That is the lane they are in when they get to start finish line at 1 minute and 10 seconds. Interesting score up as they're coming down here, and now you're going to see them pull the foot out because we're at 1 minute 28. Cannot cross start finish line until we get to 1 minute 10. Chris Pateros, they call him the Biscuit. He's sitting in lane number 2. Jeff Bernard is sitting in 1. Austin Ekert is sitting in lane number 2. Dave Triscoe is in 4. And on the outside, Christina Molinaro. And we are right now 1 minute 10, so they're all legal. So those are the lanes that they will run in. Interesting maneuver there by Jeff Bernard. Jeff Bernard had his hands full with Austin Ekert the first time these boats were on the race course, and Jeff went out there and very seriously made a run at getting the inside lane, and he has got it. So he will run this time inside Austin Ekert as we approach the 40-second mark, and the boats square up and come down off the upper corner. Austin Ekert's going to run in 3. Chris Pateros is going to run in 2. Jeff Bernard going to run in lane number 1. Dave Triscoe is going to be in lane number 4, and on the outside, the young lady, Christina Molinaro. My apologies to Christina. I called her Christina Wilson earlier in the day, met her during the break. She said, no, it's Molinaro. So Molinaro it is. That is the white boat on the outside as we're inside 15 seconds to our start. Good looking start here in our 2.5 liter stocks. They approach on the 7 seconds, 6 second, make it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, and we're legal. Good start for everybody. Austin Egret broke the clock, but he did it in lane number 3. Watch Pateros in 2, and then Bernard is on the inside. Bernard's your leader right now. Pateros is in 3rd place, and on the outside it is Austin Egret. Egret's going to pull up alongside Jeff Bernard. There he is. Egret's on the outside. Pateros is giving ground, and it's going to be a 2-boat duel down the backstretch. Bernard, Egret, good boat racing up the backstretch, and now Bernard starts to open up a little bit of water, but not a whole lot. The boat of Austin Egret corners extremely well, and you'll watch for him on the outside. Keep the boat speed up. Bernard on the inside, Egret on the outside. There's Egret right there, staying right on Jeff Bernard's hip. We're going to go 4 laps here. Egret on the outside, Bernard in 1. We come down to complete lap number 1 of 4. It is Jeff Bernard. He's out by about 3 boat lengths over Austin Egret as they race into that late afternoon sun on lap number 2. Pateros running in 3rd place. Christina Molinaro is 4th, and Dave Triscoe will cross the line in 5th position. Now Jeff Bernard, water getting a little bit soupy down there, but he's able to come through clean. He's opening up a little bit of water ever so slowly on Austin Egret up the backstretch, and he's approaching almost a full rooster tail now. Jeff Bernard, he wanted to go out and fight for lane number 1. He did, he got it, and this is the payback he's getting, but Egret doesn't want to let him go. Good racing here in 2.5 liter stocks. We are on lap number 2 of 4. Jeff Bernard slides it out to about lane number 2. Boat running beautifully. Egret really making this new boat that he picked up halfway through the year. Not a new boat, but new to him, and he is really making it run. But Bernard now opening up water on young Mr. Egret, who can really handle his boat. Then it's Chris Pateros. He flies the Watch Me Go as they go down to the corner. Now, Egret's got to be careful down there because Pateros is starting to make up a little bit of ground in 3rd place, and he's got his eyes set on Austin Egret. He's still got a rooster tail and more to run him down, but Chris Pateros ran hard into that lower corner. He made up ground, but the radio man got on with Austin Egret and said, "You better keep the hammer down, young man. The Biscuit's got ideas of running you down." Lap number 3 here, 2.5 liter stocks. 2.5 liter stocks, Jeff Bernard. He took the lead right at the start. He was pressed a little bit there by Austin Egret, but he's been able to open up water all the way and continuously doing so. But he comes down and sees the white flag with 1 to go. Chris Pateros still has ideas of running down Austin Egret, but I don't see it happening just yet. 1 lap to go. All 3 boats down there in that lower corner. And this is where the Biscuit, Chris Pateros, makes up ground on Austin Egret. And this time he's going to come up even closer. He's having to scruff off speed in that tight lane. Egret's going to hold him in tight, but he's definitely closer this time. But the acceleration out of Austin Egret's boat is really solid, and he runs away from Chris Pateros once they get to the exit pin of that corner. So they're spread out pretty evenly up to the upper turn. Jeff Bernard is going to come down here, boat number 12. He will take the checkered flag. The race is for 2nd, and Pateros is really coming one more time. He's going to make one more run at Austin Egret. You see him stay tight on the buoy row. He's running inside Jeff Bernard, who comes down and takes checkered flag. Jeff Bernard, 2nd place. Austin Egret, 3rd place. Chris Pateros. Christina Molinaro will take a 4th place finish, and Dave Triscoe will come off the upper corner here. He will come down and take a solid 5th place finish. So we had 5 start, we had 5 finish. And if you were here earlier in the day and saw our National Modifieds run, you know what's coming up. We got National Mods in the water one more time. They put on the best show of the day so far. It was outstanding. You don't want to miss it. They're loud, they're proud, and they're fast, and it is a fun show. They are going into the water now. 2.5 liter stocks did a fine job. Jeff Bernard will be very happy. He will feel good finally to get a victory here. And here comes Mr. Bernard in that brightly colored boat number 12 back to the pit area. Right behind him, Chris Pateros in boat number 137.
Great, how are you?
Jeff Bernard right below us here. That's just a great looking little hydroplane. 2.5 liter stock.